Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of Funnel Scripts Live, where we show you how to use funnel scripts to make more money, get more subscribers, and generally take your ClickFunnels business and make it explode, all the while doing exactly what Russell says. And by the way, as a reminder, this is an official ClickFunnels production. So if you're seeing this in the ClickFunnels group, it's because the big man himself gave me permission to play video here. So I want to welcome my trusty podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith.
Hello, everybody. By now, my resume is now international podcast producer.
That's right. We're international. And as you'll notice, we have a third person with us here, and Mr. Rob Thompson. Welcome, Rob.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody?
And as you can tell, Rob is not from around here. Of course, where is from around here? So he is from jolly old England, the south of. So he's from South Central England. I don't know how much gang sign you're going to throw up for us, but we'll do our best. So Rob is going to talk a little bit about bridge pages and what he used, how he used funnel scripts to create bridge pages and stuff. But tell everybody your background and how you got started with affiliate marketing and using bridge pages and stuff, because it's a really cool story.
Yeah, so I started out running an IT business, network consulting business, so B2B business going into super yachts and private jets. So I was focusing on building networks around whatever their clients' requirements were. So most of the world's biggest super yachts, I've built their networks.
Wow.
So pretty much all the live ones that are in the water today, most of those are my designs, and I still look after them. But it's not a job for the faint-hearted, and it requires a lot of traveling. And so you spend a lot of time away from the family. It could, it could be lucrative, but also at the same time, it's excessively difficult work in tight spaces, and you're busy all the time. It's a 24/7, 365 business. Anyway, so it's a yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're always working.
Yeah, that sounds great if it's your website that's working 365, but not you.
No, that is the difference. When the website is not working for you, your life is difficult because your phone doesn't stop. WhatsApp, Messenger, you name it. Everyone's got your number. So,
can you get a little closer to the mic, Rob? Because it's just a little.
Yeah, I apologize. Is that a bit better?
Yes.
So basically, I spend a lot of time flying around the world and building these things. So it requires a huge amount of effort, and it requires a huge amount of time, really. Anyway, long story short, I was diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus in 2015, and it really changed my life. And being away from the family didn't really appeal to me. Being traveling the world, having treatment, it's very difficult. You can't eat, you can't drink, you can't do it. You have to have numbing agents. You have to carry weird things in your travel bag that security stop you for and ask you, what's this stuff? But it is. You get on. This is business. You get on the airplane, you go and do the work. You've just had treatment. Normally, what would happen is that I would get on an airplane probably a day after having treatment.
Oof.
My wife wasn't too happy with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's you get on the airplane, you go do the work, you come back, you go have your follow-up treatment and what have you, but you persevere, and then you start persevering more, and then it starts getting to you, and it starts getting to you. I don't want to make it like a sob story, but to be honest, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I was thinking about this, and I sat down saying, I can't really manage this. And then on top of that, literally in the same year, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that was a smack in the face for us. Really, it sort of took us on a bit of a downer, but at the same time, you had to stay focused. I've got a son that I need to look after. We got extended family we look after. We look after Claire's parents and my parents as well. So that's just the nature of the beast. So you can't let your guard down. You just got to get up, dust yourself off, and off you go. So I was thinking to myself, I can't travel like this. Claire's got to have treatment as well. And her treatment was awful. I mean, her radiotherapy for breast cancer, it's awful. I can't even describe it to you what they go through. I'm sure you know other people that may have this, but I can't describe it. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to look at different businesses. I've had businesses for years, and I thought I'd try something completely new because I needed something to create some sort of passive income. So I went down the route of affiliate marketing. And on my journey, I discovered ClickFunnels. I mean, I looked at everything. You know what it's like. You're a newbie and you've got all this information coming at you. But actually, one thing that did stick out was the story that Russell told. That's what grabbed my attention. And the second thing that grabbed my attention was the .com Secrets book. Now, that was a very good book for me to read. And actually, I've got it next to my desk all the time. And it's a very good read, and I recommend it to absolutely everybody.
Just do what Russell says.
Yeah, do what Russell says. Yeah, actually, it's a very good book, and it sort of taught me a couple of good things. Now, I started this journey, the affiliate marketing journey, only this year. So, April 2019. I read Russell's book, sort of April, May, and that's when I got into ClickFunnels, and that's when I discovered bridge pages and things like that. And I decided to try, a couple of things, and they weren't working for me. I read Russell's book in and out, and I tried all these recipes and everything, but I wasn't paying attention. I don't think I was paying attention to the right things because I hadn't absorbed enough information, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I decided there's got to be something else for me to look at. And I started watching some of the videos that you and Russell were posting on Funnel Fridays. And one of them got my attention, and that was watching the one on ClickBank on, how to create a bridge page for an affiliate program inside of ClickBank. Okay. And that really got me because I've subscribed to, you name it, JVZoo and Warrior Plus and, ClickBank and everything. You've got to try. I mean, a lot of people keep their cards to their chest, okay, which is a good thing for me because I think I've learned a lot. But at the same time, it's like shiny objects left, right, and center. Yep. But that video in particular got my attention. I actually paused that video, and I feel terrible. And when I say this, I copied you.
That's fine.
I did. I copied you. But one thing that did catch my attention as well is I didn't realize is that you had a program called Funnel Scripts. Right. When I paused this one particular part in the video, I think I sent you a screenshot, Jim, anyway, ages ago of why I actually bought Funnel Scripts. Was I paused it on that, and it was you and Funnel Scripts, and I noticed all the scripts down the left-hand side of the screen, and I thought to myself, that's interesting. And I've seen some of your copy, and I've seen what Russell uses and what everybody else uses, Stephen and everybody else, and I looked at that, and I thought, well, that's interesting. So I made a mental note of that, and I carried on watching the episode. But literally, I paused. I carried on pausing. I built the funnel as you were building it. Okay. I even nicked some of your copy, so I do apologize, but I did.
Go for it.
And so you used, in that video, you used the 3-week diet program from. Okay. So I went one step better, and I went for the 2-week one. So I went down that route, and I built the funnel out, and I posted a few silly Facebook ads. Number one, no copy in them. I think I sent you a copy of it. There's no copy in there. It was just Rob going, have a look at this. Facebook sent me a nice little polite message going, please take it down. Here's a picture of a pretty woman with a thin waist. You're not allowed to do that. So that was a mistake, and I focused on correcting that. So I learned very quickly what's right and what's wrong.
So Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like you advertising weight loss stuff is the message you got, Rob.
That is the message. But what I also know is a valuable lesson is you need a decent bridge page. And so I went back to the video that you did, and I actually watched it again. And I saw what you did and the wording that you used. So I was thinking about that and the Facebook advert. So I had to reword my Facebook advert and what have you, and I got it to work. But the traffic wasn't huge for me, to be honest. Okay. Until I changed the copy, and I used funnel scripts. And I was using some of the scripts from the One Funnel Away challenge on the actual bridge page. And I'm no word of a lie, I also used some of the scripts that you mentioned in one of your stories inside the affiliate bootcamp. one of the, you mentioned use scripts time and time again. Try and use copy. If you don't know anything about copy, try and use funnel scripts copy. And that's when I started watching the funnel scripts webinar that yourself and Russell did when you were doing the $797 lifetime. And I watched that, and that was such a good sales video. Actually, you guys should be proud of yourself on that, because the amount of scripts that you went through and the demonstration that you put into that shows the passion behind the product. So I took that, and I actually bought a copy. I'm a member now, and as soon as I joined,
good man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And as soon as I joined, I went through absolutely everything. I was a little overwhelmed, and I sort of went back to where there's a big button that says "Start here."
Yeah.
So I did that. I started there, and so I did actually use some of the OFA scripts to create my my diet bridge page.
Okay.
And I tried Facebook ads again, but they don't work. Personally, they don't work, and I think that's because it's one of the you need to have a Facebook group, or you need to have a page dedicated to weight loss and healthy eating and all sorts of things. That's just from somebody who's new in this market, learning his trade. That's
okay.
So what I decided to do is, because I wanted to grow a list, I decided, well, I've heard you both speak about this. I've heard Russell speak about, when you're starting out, try and use, any form of traffic generation you can. And one of them was solo ads. So I bought some solo ads, and yeah, strangely enough, I got people to sign up, and I actually got sales. And it was when I first did this, and before I had any sales copy on that landing page, on that bridge page, I had no clickies, nothing, no views, no nothing. And as soon as I changed the copy, as soon as I had a bit of a story in that copy, and as soon as I was putting a question, an actual question that was speaking to somebody rather than me telling them what this is, that's when everything changed. And it turned it around.
For everybody who doesn't know, because some people have heard the term but may not know what a solo ad is, because that's an old school method for getting traffic. Tell everybody just real quick, what are solo ads?
Okay, well, a solo ad is really where you don't own a list, and you go to a particular company that has got a ton of email lists that they've had over the years, and they've broken it down into various areas like health, wealth, and relationships. And you choose your niche or your sub niche, and you say, right, I'd like to buy 1,000 clicks, and it's going to cost me $500. And that's what you do. So they send, but the thing is, you have to have a good bridge page for them to actually approve the order.
Right.
So you get good solo ad providers and bad solo ad providers. I've learned that. Good ones look at your landing page and then say, yes, we'll sell you X, Y, and Z package for $500. And the bad ones just go, yeah, there we go. But then I've learned you don't get any clicks for those ones.
Now, do you have to write the solo ad that gets sent, or do they write the email that gets sent?
They write. So that is the difference. They write their copy to their list.
Okay.
They only send it. If you've got good copy on a landing page, then they send it. So it has to be good copy on your landing page. Their copy to their list is, that you don't actually see that. So that's one thing that you don't see. So it's traffic you don't own, but then when you get their names on the list, you own that traffic, and you can start driving traffic to. So I've learned about that, and that was a good lesson for me. But again, the follow-up email sequence, I couldn't have done that without funnel scripts either. So that was one of the things I learned as well. So in Russell's book, there's loads of lovely follow-ups and ideas about the soap opera sequence, the Seinfeld sequence, and things like that. And I think that was one of the key lessons I've learned on this journey. I wish I had picked all of this up way back when I first started this. I would have saved myself a fortune.
There you go.
So that's what I did to actually create that particular funnel. And since then, I've learned about what's good copy and what's bad copy. Obviously, through the One Funnel Away challenge, as well as Jim's other program that I was involved in, and that was a fantastic program. So I've learned a lot about copy while I was on that challenge, and it's helped me launch an affiliate bridge page again, but for a product where I've actually gone and written my own ebook for this to give away for free. So it's like a 60-page book on affiliate marketing, what's good and what's bad. Obviously, I talk to people inside the book about what I do, how to give away your affiliate links and things like that, and what's a good program and those sort of things. But also, it's a good sort of lead magnet into your next phase of the funnel, which is the sales page. And I decided, Jim, by the way, that when I was going through funnel scripts, and actually through one of your lessons, you actually pointed out something that I didn't realize. And it was right at the bottom, one of the video sales scripts, right at the bottom. And there's a list of applications that you recommend, well, not recommend, but you say, these scripts will work in these applications. And I took it literally, and I chose the first one. And I made a video using that software, using those scripts.
Awesome.
So, which I can demonstrate today if you're interested, but that's literally what I did.
Would you mind showing us a couple of, could you show us that first bridge page that worked really well? Would you mind showing us that?
So if you bear with me.
And then what I'd like to do is just kind of run down a couple of funnel scripts. Once we look at a couple of these, then maybe we could run through funnel scripts, and you could just point out to people which scripts you found were the most helpful when you were putting together your bridge pages and stuff, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Right.
Do you have a share button down at the bottom of the screen?
I certainly do. So I've just
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So hopefully you can see that.
I can. Wow.
Nice. Food and dumbbells. Like it.
And nobody inside. Okay, so this is the page that actually worked for me in the end.
Okay.
So it's not the best copy in the world, but it actually worked for me.
Well, what I have found, just as an aside, is that the copy that you think is the one that's going to be the one that sets you free and buys you a Rolls Royce end up doing nothing. And the thing that you rattle off just out of like frustration or just bubbles up from your subconscious is usually the one that works. So did you know that your body is stuck in fat mode for 20 hours a day?
Great question.
That's a great question. And it's like, no, but I bet it is because I feel fat. And then you say, learn how new research can unlock your hidden fat burning potential. I mean, that's in 2 sentences. I mean, that's a hook and a story that's there.
Really good.
And then the offer is put in your email and yes, I'm ready to melt fat.
Okay,
I mean,
so the mistake I made, by the way, which I didn't tell you, maybe I shouldn't say this, but straight after this, I made a rookie mistake. I sent them to another page in the funnel, which was a video about the product. And then they say, okay, well, yeah, let's go to the next page. I mean, that's a waste of time, really, because when they go to the actual vendor's landing page, guess what he does? He does a video.
Again.
Yeah. So that was a massive rookie mistake. So hopefully people are listening.
But can I make a comment real quick? That isn't necessarily a mistake. It's a test, because if the place where you were sending them next didn't make sense for them to see it right away after seeing this, then having that literally the thank you page video and then the call to action for them to go check out the next thing would be the right thing to do. Yeah. So don't think that doing that was a mistake. It was just a test. That's all it is. And that's all this stuff is. We don't, we try and we test and we get results. So in another case where you did this, depending on where they're ending up, if there was no video or if the video wasn't going to make sense to them or if they needed to be pre-framed even more, then having a video on that next page is worth testing. And maybe you'll show us the page that you take them to after this, but this, and I've seen that page, you actually created the perfect opt-in page for this guy's, this person's funnel.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could go and have a look at that really. So, let's, let's do it a different way. Let's preview that, and we can just do that. Nobody's going to send me an email to that one anyway. And that's it. That's the page.
Right. I mean, and in this guy in his video, I'm assuming he talks about melting fat and how you're stuck in fat, but you're stuck in fat keeping mode or whatever you called it. Is that what he talks about?
It's what he talks about. It's he goes through absolutely everything. He talks about, you know, the key to this diet. He talks about exactly what your mentality needs to be, everything to make this a success. So it's actually quite a good video.
Right.
So
it just makes perfect sense that everything you did pre-frame people the right way for what they were getting ready to see. In two sentences.
In 2 sentences, I agree with you, Jim. At first I didn't, when I first started this out, and I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Until I went on to Funnel Scripts and I started sorting the stuff out and understanding actually, when you go through the training inside Funnel Scripts, it actually runs through everything, exactly how to get to that stage of your funnel.
Right.
You know, there's lots of fantastic, you don't even have to go anywhere outside of Funnel Scripts. I'm not trying to do anybody out of business here, but it's inside there, you know.
But in the end, how many different tries did you take at that page before you landed on this one?
Oh, must have been about 5, 6.
Yeah. That's how you do it. I mean, that's how you do it. You did it right. So you didn't make mistakes. You just try something, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, then you just try something else. But in the end, I mean, I kind of know which script you used for that. But do you have any other stuff you'd want to show us real quick? Any other things you feel comfortable sharing that actually did work or maybe didn't work, or just, you know, show us something and then tell us about it real quick?
Yeah, well, I'm going to take you to,
and I unshared your screen so we could talk again. So if you want to share your screen again, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll share it in a second. I just want to get the correct funnel up because this one was embarrassing.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I've got about 500 of these things, but I decided when I first got into this, when I was like, hadn't even probably turned page 1 in Russell's book, that I was going to have a website. So let's get that one up.
So this is something you didn't build inside of ClickFunnels?
Oh, no, I built it inside of ClickFunnels, but I made a lovely mistake there. Where is it now? So just give me 1 second. I'll bring this up.
And that's okay. And while you're doing that, quick question. When you did that promo and you bought those solo emails, were you profitable? I mean, were you making, you don't have to tell me how much you made, but, you know, for every $100 you were spending on ads, how much were you bringing in?
I probably made about just over $1,000 on that. And that was probably about $300 worth of AdWords.
Okay.
So
why'd you stop running ads?
It's not something that I'm comfortable with, that particular niche. That's the
okay.
I know it sounds silly, but it is something I'm not comfortable with because
okay.
I don't know everything about it. And, you know, if you imagine if a customer had to call me or go through something with me, I would want to be able to help them.
But they're not gonna, because you're doing it as an affiliate.
I know that. You see, but that's my brain.
Okay. I've done the same thing. I've had stuff in the past. I've done a bunch of different things just to do testing, and it makes money, but other people would just scale it up and run and not care about it. And it's just, I'm the same way, but that doesn't mean we're right and they're wrong, or they're right and we're wrong. It's who you are and what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, you just have to look at the other side of the fence, because, you know, if I can hand somebody 300 and they give me 1,000, I'll do that just about every day.
I do that twice a day.
You know, but you're right. If you're not happy doing it, why do it? So no, exactly. I get it.
So I went down. Well, I'll explain what I did. This is prior, actually. This page I'm going to show you is day 1. This is even before the diet funnel. So I'll show you this page. So that's day one.
Okay. So that's P.T. Parnham's book that's in the public domain.
Correct.
Okay.
So what was the first thing that you said to us when we first started going through our training? Try and get your covers to look great. You know, that's not a great cover. It's close, but it's not great. You know.
Okay.
But it's something that I'm still learning to do. You know, and you've got to outsource. One of the other lessons.
Sure.
You've got to outsource.
Yeah.
But if you look at the top of the page, I actually created a web page.
Right.
Rather than this is supposed to be a landing page.
Okay.
You know, so people are going to go, they'll get bored and then click on products or contact us or whatever, you know. And then I'm saying, you know, I've got some blurb down here telling people what I've done for them or whatever you. But really, that wasn't, I mean, as I went on my journey, you learn about this. You know, you learn to create a proper landing page and then take them on the story.
Sure.
Video sales letter or a long form sales letter, you know, those sort of things. So, yes, so still learning my trade at this particular time. So this, strangely enough, I had lots of people opt in and take the book.
Okay.
But they still opted in. I don't know how. Oh, I'll tell you what. Actually, I did. This isn't the original page. I did make one change here. Actually, this here. Click here to get it here. I'm telling you, before I did that, they weren't doing it.
Huh. Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, Funnel Friday is one of the videos. I can't remember which one. You mentioned that in there. Try and be specific about where they get it. So I thought, well, I'll try that.
That's specific.
Yeah, click here to get it here. I like that. I would never.
I like that.
Usually it's like click here to get it free, but click here to get it here. I like that. That's work.
It worked.
That's cool.
You know, so they did opt in.
And where did you take them after that? Where'd they go on the next page?
Next mistake was I didn't even take them to a sales page or anything. They were literally, I was just creating a list out of that.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
That's a way to do it.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can take them to a page where it says, hey, make sure you check your email. And by the way, subscribe to my, you know, follow me on Facebook, follow my podcast. It's a subscription funnel. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so that was interesting. To be honest, it was obviously it was pretty scary when you're trying to drive traffic to something like that and you don't know what you're doing.
Sure.
Because, you know, you're putting your name out there. I even put a little bit about me story up there. You know, it was just. Now,
did Facebook let you run ads for that?
Strangely enough, they did for this one.
Okay.
It was actually I did get one or two objections, but I pointed out to them that I'm not offering anything for sale.
Okay.
You know, it was literally just about go read this book. That was my argument, and then they approved it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could show you some of those messages they sent me. They're quite funny.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So let's talk for a minute, if you don't mind. Let's go over and check out Funnel Scripts. And I just want to show a couple people, and I'm going to intuit one of the scripts that you used. And over here in Funnel Scripts, we're down the OFA scripts. We actually have, and I'll go over to the Funnel Scripts dashboard, or the OFA scripts dashboard. But we have the Epiphany Bridge script. We have the Hook Story Offer script, which writes your whole sales letter for you. We got headline scripts, Niche Detective, and the Offer Stack script, OTOs, and the
Hook Story Offer.
Yeah, this is the opt-in hook script. And this one is pretty cool. I'm going to show you what it does, which is kind of similar to what Rob was showing, but this will do your whole opt-in landing page for you instantly. So, and it's all based around you want something, or you want to get something, you want to get away from something. So if in this example, it's people who are looking for speaking gigs. So, you know, say hello to more or want more back the room sales than ever. I mean, there's your hook. And then the story is basically breakthrough video for speakers who want to quit work someday. And you can click on any of these and it'll rewrite it for you on the fly until you see one you like. You know, brand new video reveals insider advice for speakers who can't seem to make money. Well, that's the majority of speakers, and you want people who, and so fill out the form below now for your free video in case you were offering a free video. And yes, I'm ready for more speaking gigs quickly. So it'll rewrite everything for you. So this is a way. And one of the things when you're doing opt-in pages and lead funnels and stuff is you're not making mistakes. Something that Rob said, I want to compliment you, Rob. And the reason you're here is because you're an action taker and because you didn't quit. Is there really isn't failure, or there aren't really mistakes unless you're just doing, if you're not doing what we know works. It's another thing to say, you know what, I know these guys have been doing this forever and everybody's doing it the same way, but you know what, I'm smarter than they are. So I'm going to take what they do and I'm going to add like 10 variables to it. And because I know that's going to work better, yet these guys keep doing it the same way over and over and over, but I know more than them. That's a mistake. But to say, you know, I had a video on one page, man, I've had stuff where I've had the opt-in, and then I had a bridge video after that, and then sent them on to the thing, to the affiliate offer, even my own offer, and it worked like gangbusters. And I've seen other places where it killed conversion. So when we're talking about a bridge page, it's all about testing. But you know, if the other thing, especially with a bridge page or an opt-in page, is you don't want it to be 8,000 pages long, you know, like this. It's the purpose is to pre-frame people, get them in the right frame of mind, and move them along the process. So it could be an opt-in, it could be just asking them a question, it could be an advertorial, it could be a product review, it could be a testimonial, it could be an epiphany bridge story. There's all these different things that you can do. And you know what? You don't know which one's going to work best until you actually do them. So the key is to do them super, super, super fast. But I want to share real quick one thing that I'm pretty sure that you used this, and even if you didn't, you have to say, yeah, you're right, Jim, because otherwise I'll look stupid. Just playing. But the questions hook script, that one that you use, and we'll just use an example here, but this one gives you a whole bunch of questions that you can use to hook people at the beginning. You know, are you finished with begging for book sales? Are you worried about begging for book sales? If we were going after authors and we were selling some sort of a product about how to sell more books, here's a hook. You know, this is the thing when people see this. Are you worried about begging for book sales? Are you fed up with spending 18 hours a day marketing your book? Are you okay with begging for book sales? Is begging for book sales worrying you to death, destroying your life, killing your results, making you nuts? There's all kinds of different stuff that you can test here that the whole purpose is trying to hook them. And in the end, Russell talks a lot about hook, story, offer. That's all we're doing here with the bridge page. We're hooking them, we're giving them a story, and we're making an offer. In the case of that one that you did with the weight loss, your hook was a question headline. Your story was a 1-sentence subheadline. And your offer was, yes, I'm ready to burn fat. Put in your email. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that.
That was powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, for
that was
20 words.
Yeah, absolutely. Lesson learned in that. And, you know, what I do like about funnel scripts, because I do affiliate marketing, because I don't have many of my own products, we can save those projects. So for everything that I do, for every product I'm trying to sell, I can save that product and I say, oh yeah, what did I do with that? And I go into my projects, download that script. It's awesome. It makes my life a lot easier.
That's awesome.
And I've learned a lot. You know, I sort of moved on to after the One Funnel Away challenge and moved into my next funnel. And you know, I've used some of those skills and I've used the scripts in there for sure. I used the scripts to create my landing page and my video sales letter and my OTO, etc. I used that all. And,
that's awesome.
But I literally, what's nice is you can export everything, and you can put it into slide format. And then if you've got a video editor or a video slide creator, you just drop those slides and then you modify them and do whatever you want. You know, I went down a particular like animated route, but that seemed to it fits perfectly.
Awesome.
Well, it was a good journey. And you know, one thing is you got to remember there's no successes or failures. There's successes and learning experiences.
Yeah. There you go. There's no failure, only feedback. So, you know, there you go. Sometimes the feedback sounds like, it feels like you're slamming your hands in a car door, but by golly, that's not failure. That's just feedback, sweetheart. So, well, Rob, we really appreciate you joining us. We really appreciate you sharing stuff and showing us, warts and all, and sharing your story. And it's inspirational. It was educational, and it was just, I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and can't thank you enough for being just so open with everybody.
Yeah, no worries. I'd love to be able to help somebody, if they're going through the same thing. There's lots of ways around this.
Awesome.
Great tools. Absolutely great tools.
What would you say to somebody who is not yet a Funnel Scripts subscriber?
Get it now. Save your life. Save your time. Get it now. Seriously, the very first opening video, just you're blown away. You should actually go watch the webinar and go
awesome.
and buy it.
Click here to get it here. That's what I tell them.
Funnel Scripts. Click here to get it here. There you go. I'm going to use that. That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys, Stu. Thanks for helping us get this done. And Rob, thanks for joining us. And everybody, if you're a Funnel Scripts member, go use it. And if you're not, it's time to be. Head on over to funnelscripts.com. Watch an amazing training with myself and Russell Brunson. Or if you've just been on the fence and you're off the fence, you say, I don't need to watch the training, I just want to sign up, head to funnelscripts.com/go. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.